مرحبا، اسمي عمر ابن علي، أنا من فلسطين.
My name is Mustafa Hennawi, and I'm a community organizer at the Immigrant Workers Center here in Montreal since 2007.
मेरा नाम गौरव शर्मा है। मैं इंडिया से हूँ और इंडिया में मैं थिएटर करता था और पॉलिटिक्स के साथ जुड़ा हुआ था। Now I'm in Canada since 2019.
وصلت كندا بال 2008 بعد ما أخذت فيزا لكندا، لأني كنت أنا أشتغل بالاتصالات الفلسطينية، شركة مرموقة متميزة عندها دخل لموظفينها ممتاز، فأخذت الفيزا لكندا. سافرت بآخر الصيف 2008، وصلت المطار عن طريق بعد ما خرجت أنا من فلسطين للأردن، من الأردن مباشرة على مونتريال. وصلت كندا، طلبت لجوء بالمطار، بلشت أشتغل وصار الانتظار لموعد البت في الملف، القبول أو الرفض. فطبعا القاضي رفضني بعد 3 سنوات ونص بحجة إنه إلنا وطن، وإنه إحنا معنا عنا كامل الحقوق وكامل يعني أمان، وفلسطين أصبحت دولة وعندها فيش احتلال. دخلنا بعد الرفض كان بال 2013 بشهر 2 الحكومة بتوقف عنك كل شيء، هلا بتوقف عنك حتى التأمين الصحي، حتى تضغط عليك إنك تغادر.
Immigrants are really exploited in various ways when they arrive, right? Due to the various kinds of statuses they have, the way immigration has shifted, and also the way work has changed in tandem with that.
I did a lot of hard work in the workplace, in the factories, or even though the Dollarama also. So what I'm getting was not enough for me because I have a family, so I have to survive to my family. Bread, give to bread, milk, everything is my father, who's very under a very aged person. So
فتعلمت شغل اللي هو تحميل السيارات داخل الكونتينرات، وهاي هي اللي بواجهها مش بس أنا، كل مهاجر، إنه بيشتغل بأسوأ الأعمال وأصعب الأعمال وبظروف من أسوأ الظروف مقابل لا شيء، فتات.
You know, in Canada, no one of us says that we're racist. No one in Canada says that there's a racism problem, right? So when people go to look for work, it doesn't matter what they were in their countries. Artists, professionals, lawyers, doctors, engineers. They're the ones never enough with Canadian experience, right? And so, but the same logic never applies to someone coming from Europe. Their experience is just as good as Canadian experience, right? And so it's kind of laughable. We're one of the few countries that does it. You know, if I talk to people that we've worked with, you know, if you were to go to France from Algeria, your education would have a higher chance of being recognized than it would be here. And so, and then what do? People don't have Canadian experience, but then they need a job. And then what's the first job they can get without Canadian experience? It's in a warehouse pushing boxes. It's cleaning, you know, being a cleaner, working as a préposé, working in a farm. And then you'll never have the right Canadian experience. Because if you're an engineer, now you're applying for a job at a warehouse. And so, I mean, that's one of the ways that they put immigrants in these positions where they're working these really bad jobs and they can't get out of it because they also have to feed their families. So they don't have the time to go get Canadian experience.
there was an engineer in my alley. He was totally frustrated. He was totally frustrated. I said, "What happened to you?" He's very angry. He's doing job by angry pan. Oh. I go, "What happened?" He was Indian. I don't know from where he was, but he's Indian. He says, I was an engineer. I qualify all the rule and regulation. I don't know where I have to go. I'm totally frustrated. I'm a permanent residency. My wife is a good lecturer in India, so I'm totally frustrated where I have to go." So people come here to their dreams, but they're stuck.
They're stuck in what? They're stuck in what?
They're stuck due to lack of knowledge, but knowledge or capacity or capabilities.
أنا بالأساس بوليتكنيك، إنسان دارس 3 سنين بمعهد بوليتكنيك تخصص كهرباء واتصالات. عند هاي النقطة بدي أوقف شوي. في 2006 للصدف كيف كندا مش بس عمر، كيف كندا بتفقد مهنيين، بتفقد أناس ذوي خبرة ومهارات عالية منشان إيش؟ منشان ولا شيء، منشان ما يسمى experience كندا، خبرة كندا. هذه قمة المسخرة. هي طبعا احنا عارفين انه مش يعني خبرة كندا معك او معكيش، لانه يعني ما بعرف شو بدي اسميها. ومن شركة لشركة وصلت شركة يعني بتشتغل بسيارات جديدة بتشحنها للخارج، للصين، لدبي، لاستراليا، ونظرا لخبرتي فكنت تيم ليدر، لأنه رفعت من مستوى هاي الشركة من 160 كونتينر بالشهر. هو يعني صاحب الشركة بكل 160 كونتينر أقصانا كنا نعمل خلال 28 سنة. رفعت هاي من 160 ل 400 كونتينر بالشهر، واضطر إنه يأخذ يستأجر وير هاوس أكبر وأكبر وأكبر. يعني أنت تخيل ناقص 40 وداخل كونتينر حديد، والكونتينر الحديد بالخارج، فبتكون أنت ناقص 60 وبتشتغل بالحديد بالجنزير والحبال والخشب.
Right? These are people who are highly exploited, working in agriculture, working as food processing, working in meat plants, working as delivery drivers and warehouses like Dollarama or Amazon, working now in the healthcare sector. Really across the board, you see this. What really becomes clear is you begin to see this way that the economy, and we saw through the pandemic, is reliant really on this disposable workforce, right? And not only just relying upon this disposable workforce, has really enriched, the elite and the society as a whole in comparison to the places where people have immigrated from.
It's a exploitation of the person who are very much qualified.
And that killed the potential of people.
Yes, but the people should know about it. They should, one thing, what I'm feeling. If one people come forward to speak about this, the another will come. There is the problem. You are the engineer, you are highly qualified, you came Canada, but you don't speak about your rights.
تعرضت لحادث عن ترك، عندنا تركات دوج رام، عندنا الجي ام سي السيارات الكبيرة، فمنحملها، فلازم قبل ما نحملها بالنظام بالقانون الكندي انه نفرغها من البنزين والديزل فترك الدوج رام عالي والدنيا شتاء واحنا بالبرا، انا السيارة برا على الثلج بشهر 1، وحاطط كرسي حتى اطلع على الانجن حتى اعمل وصلة الديزل واشيل منها الديزل من السيارة. بالفعل طلعت على السيارة، عملت المطلوب اعمله، كيف اعمل الباي باس للديزل، وبدي انزل لورا لان الكرسي وراي، برجع رجوع بدي انزل على الانجن واحط اجري على الكرسي مع الثلج زحلكت، وقعت اجى ظهري على الكرسي زائد الارض. كان هذا يوم الجمعة المساء تقريبا. روحت، قمت أنا يعني حاسس بألم بالكتاف، بإيدي الشمال، بظهري. وصلت الدار، رحت على المستشفى لأني بطلت أقدر أتحمل، الألم زاد المستشفى بهذا الوقت قالوا لي مطلوب تعمل صور أشعة فيوم الاثنين أنا بتصل بصاحب العمل بقول له إني أنا هيك 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 لما وقعت امبارح يوم الجمعة ورحت على المستشفى ولازم أعمل هيك هيك هيك. فتفاجأت بقول لي إحنا خلصناك. كتب لي التخليص يوم الاثنين بنفس اليوم اللي أنا اتصلت فيه، ودالي وراك التخليص قال لي خلال يومين حيوت. فأنا بلغت حادث عمل، اتصلت مكتب العمل، اتصل فيه، أنا قدمت ملفي لهم فاتصل فيه، فاتصلوا بعدها علي بأسبوع قالوا لي مش معترف صاحب العمل إنك وقعت. طب بالعمل قالوا هلا ما لكيش علاج. ليش؟ لأنه أنا ما عنديش تأمين صحة، لأنه الحكومة موقفته عني التأمين الصحي العادي لكل الناس. وحادث العمل صاحب الشغل ما اعترفش، فأنا صفيت أنا بلا شيء. هاي لأني نرجع نقول immigrant، وبعدني مش واصل immigrant، بس هذا الإنسان مع إنسان كندي بيقدرش يعمل هيك ولا بيستجري، لأنه في حكومة بتدافع عن هذا المواطن. بس بظن أنا إحنا المهاجرين مواطنين من الدرجة العاشرة.
I think people being not afraid. I don't think people. It's not about afraid or not afraid, but breaking through sort of some of the shame. Because I think when people first arrive, there's the dream, right? But then there's the reality behind it. The pandemic really showed like how who was essential, who wasn't essential, right? And this was a big part. And all those essential workers were underpaid, highly exploited, had their rights violated constantly, were humiliated, and then one day they're told they're heroes. And then afterwards, back to the same. The humiliation, the exploitation, the bad pay, everything. I mean, at the end, the government is clear. They don't want to change anything, right? This is clear. And so for us, it's building a movement as a center to inform people of their rights. But that's not enough, right? But to really to build a movement that could shape, that could actually change society, right? And that's going to be a long time. But I think at the same time, we live in a different moment because people see it. So for us to do the slow work of building different committees, of delivery drivers, of speakers, of people coming from South Asia as international students, as undocumented women, as truck drivers, to do all of that and then to bring them all together to say, no, we're all essential. We all have the same rights. Right? And then I think the government will actually listen. But until then, there's no pressure on them to change anything.
When the people come forward against discrimination or anything else, it will be changed. The revolution can change it. 1,000 mind, 1,000 people, one mind, one hand, and one voice. Fight for rights. This is the solution, we can say.
ممكن حدا يسألني سؤال صعب. أخي ما جامك كندا مش عاجبتك شو بتسوي فيها؟ أنا موافق. طلعوا المستعمر من أرض فلسطين وأنا برجع كل الفلسطينية علنا. وما حدا يسألني هذا السؤال. رجع ابنك عندك، أنا برجع وأنا وولادي على أرضي.